All right, good morning. So happy Tuesday, December 9th. I know you usually hear me say Monday, but man, I got stuck in that chaos at Atlanta Airport coming back in on Sunday night and hotel at 2 a.m., arrived back at the beach yesterday around noon. So it was a little off. So doing this on Tuesday, but that's okay. Still going to do the numbers, the same numbers, so I can update you guys. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Casey Joyner. I'm with Scenic Sotheby's. I work in the Destin Santa Rosa Beach 30A area and have for 17 years. And we do this weekly. So welcome. And we give you a 72-hour window that is the week that was here on the coast. And listen, buyers and sellers, I have a bone to pick with each of you. And we're going to get into that in a second. But man, I wish I could talk to everybody. You guys that watch, you know the rules of how it works down here. But I'm seeing a trend again, and I'm going to share it with you so that we can kind of get to the point. Just kind of get everybody's mind right as we're going into the new year. Everybody's around for the holidays. We're going to get that mindset going again out there. So here we go. Let me share screen, and then I'll explain what I'm talking about. I'm rambling here, but I'm a little hot. New listings 42. Right on par, right? 42 has been the number. Guys, I wanted it lower. We had 1 week that was really lower than that. 1 week that was super high. But the consistency has been in that low 40s. Honestly, that's okay. We like consistency, right? But at the same time, I personally wanted it to be down lower in those 30s because that's where our pendings were. Pending 26, that's right where we needed it to be. If you remember, we had a little bit of a drag off on that, right? All year, we've been between 20 and 28. On those pending properties. That's that consistency. So 20 to 26 pending properties, under contract properties on 42, we'll take that ratio all day long. You guys know that. And I don't mind it for a cold second week of December. Okay? I told y'all fourth quarter is going to be steady like it is. What I was wanting is just lower inventory. Okay? We'll talk about that more, but loving the pendings. But I wanted like 30 new listings to celebrate the 26 pendings, okay? Closed property 17, right in line. We don't judge that too much. Let's look at price changes 53, a little bit of a spike in that, okay? We're getting toward the end of the year. I noticed that. A lot of people are trying to make moves out there, pushing it to the end of the year. Depends on the product type. I may check on that in a second. I may touch you on that in just a minute. Canceled properties 20. That's interesting. I'm going to tell you that is strategy. I would say at least half of these canceled properties at 20 will be coming back on the market. Agents are canceling them, bringing them back on as new listings to make them look new again after like a couple of days, okay? So that's the majority of what's going on out there. So listen, 42, 26 on the new listings and the pendings. You guys know we'll take that, right? Okay? So listen, here's what's going on. I'm getting phone calls. There are plenty of buyers coming in between now and New Year's. And there's a little bit of some of that panic buyer that's maybe meeting with the accountant late, that's trying to maybe find the right thing by the end of the year. I'll give you this case in point. I got an offer last week on a property. And honestly, they really didn't even want the neighborhood that my listing was listed in. But for tax purposes, okay, on that depreciation that we talked about. Remember last time we brought Pearson, we were talking about that deferred depreciation where Trump administration pushed it up to 100% on the depreciation of the asset if it's a rental property for the calendar year. So these folks were willing to buy a property maybe in the neighborhood they didn't like if they could get it done by the end of the year at this price, or they would wait and save the money and buy next year in the neighborhood they do like when they got the funds. Isn't that interesting? Like the math equation was there so much on the tax side, they were willing to sacrifice the neighborhood a little bit to get the asset because it meant so much. But if they couldn't make that math work, they would just wait till next year and save the money. Okay. That's the kind of stuff I'm dealing with right now in this market. So if you're hearing this going, man, should I talk to my accountant? Yes, you should. Ask them about depreciation and what it means possibly getting it done this year before next year. Just so you know, may not mean a thing to you. And those are going to be on income producing assets. Okay. So there's a couple of different products that we have here. And what I'm getting more calls from right now are the investors, but we're still busy moving people around. Casey, I need to upgrade. Casey, I need to downsize. What's the average days on market? If we want to get this done by summer, listen, If you want to get this done by summer and you're a second home and our average days on market is around 140, we need to be game planning now. Do you see how that works? Like if you want to get it done by summer and you call me in March, that's a little bit more challenging for Casey unless unless we can absolutely pinpoint the pricing, right? Let's talk about that. What a segue I gave myself there. Listen, buyers and sellers. For all of you that have been watching for some time with me, first of all, thank you, but you also know some of our rules, okay? Buyers, do not wait on these sellers to make a move on their list price before you take action. I will tell you, there are buyers out there getting tremendous values right now, this past weekend, by actively going out and making sure the seller will not take their price. Okay? They're taking their shot. But there's still so many of you that are watching a property going, man, if they move into this range, we might be a player at that. Stop that. Please. You're missing out. Because there's too many people like you. And if they get into that range, you're going to have trouble on your hands. You're going to have multiple people interested. Drop that narrative. Drop that strategy. If you're my buyer right now, drop that. Let me know what that property is. Let's go make sure they won't do it now. Make sure there's not some story going on that they won't do it now. Okay? Sellers, get to the point. If you get to the point right now, there are buyers ready to go. So you see how that story goes? Buyers are waiting for that price drop still. Sellers, if you just get the pricing in line, they will actually come to you. And nobody's giving anything away, guys, but it's still really good values. Do you see that fight? That's what I do all day. That's what I do on my phone. I talk to buyers on one side and I talk to sellers on the other, and we're trying to get everybody to join, right? That's what the purpose of everything is, right? So, but buyers, I want to speak more to buyers today. Buyers, if you're staring it down, don't wait on anything. Go put the offer in and see. I don't blame those people that brought us that offer in Seacrest 2 weeks ago, the one I was telling you about for the end of the year. It didn't work. But boy, we got close. And honestly, closer than I thought my seller would go. Like, we were right there. I think they should have done it. Of course I do, right? I think they should have done it. But like, that's what we're talking about. They ignored my list price, gave me a call. I said, listen, shoot your shot. We'll let you know. They shot the shot and they almost got it. Okay? So what I'm saying is stop playing on the sidelines. All of my listings are getting tremendous amount of views online. Okay? So we're back to this game of buyers waiting on sellers and sellers reluctant to move pricing. Okay? Create activity breeds activity out there. It's a healthy market. We're doing stuff. Listen, I'm fighting holiday mode. I know you are. We're going to finish strong. Fourth quarter is always great. I got many people coming in right after Christmas, just after the new year. It's going to be fun, but we got a lot going on. Many new listings. Several of you that have been I've been working with from YouTube. So thank you again. Love this. It's been years in the making, and I love that a lot of our client base is coming from YouTube these days. So I appreciate you. If you need anything, we're in the saddle. I'm not going anywhere till after Christmas time. So we're going to be in here finishing strong, trying to get all of our listings sold by the end of the year, and here to help. So let me know. Love to hear from you. Text me, call me, and have a great Christmas shopping week ahead.